when last we saw our heroes, Nate, the human ranger, Gobs, the centaur warlock, Othokent, the lizardfolk life domain cleric, and Talah, the half-orc druid, and Abraham, the human wizard. Our friends had finally made it out of the village that they rescued and helped rebuild, and made their way towards the Tomb Whisper Hills. On the way there, Talah learned that she's allergic to certain kinds of flowers that try to eat her face after eating a deer. They encountered various different undead spectral type creatures, including wolves and other things. And upon arriving at the Tomb Whisper Hills themselves, found a ancient graveyard that had been repurposed into a temple that had been deformed into what looked like a gasping skull. They began to breathe in the necromantic energies from all around them, destroying all of the regional very creepy plants and creatures and absorbing their necrotic energy. Our friends began their adventure down into the Tomb Whisper Hills catacombs. First, coming across a defaced statue of the Raven Queen that had been recarved to appear like that of the that of Orcus, the demon prince of the undead. They solved a short riddle there, fought some lower level undead creatures, and then proceeded down a very scary hallway that echoed of voices upon voices. And to get through that door, they had to add their voices to the Hall of Echoes. Upon doing so, some great hidden joys were revealed, some great hidden sadnesses were revealed. And unfortunately, our players have not had a chance to reconcile those thoughts as that door opens and they are faced with a hallway. So this is where we are going to pick up. We fix the stream view. So, as you guys have begun to go through the door at the end of the hallway, it opens up and you see a larger room that leads into a kind of hallway-ish with a divider in it. And that's where we'll pick up. So what would you guys like to do?
Do what I'm currently doing, lean back against the wall and staring at the floor.
Be awkward.
I do quickly need to ask, Otho, did you manage to catch the VODs? You know the secrets that were spilled?
No. I did not manage it, I do apologize.
He knows parts, because I showed him some parts.
Yes.
Well, mostly
Naria's
Hall of Echoes.
tried her best to keep me up to date.
Alright, just in case you wanted to react or anything, or had other things you wanted.
About the unwavering determination.
Well, that was something.
Well, at least you didn't have to share anything. Well, you could have, I guess, but it doesn't matter.
Honestly, I don't know what I would have shared.
You don't have your life's greatest joy or anything like that? Thing you're most proud about?
Well, I do have such things, but still.
Either way, like I said, it doesn't matter. It was to get through. It's not a therapy session or anything.
Indeed, for that I am wholly unqualified. I'm a physical health professional, not a mental health one.
Nate, from where you're currently standing, I'm going to go ahead and reveal a little bit more. So you do see that there are two separate hallways. I know that looks like a wall. It's not. I just couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to do.
Okay.
So what is this place then? Can I roll a perception check to see if I hear anything like noises, voices, anything?
Sure.
All right. Going to give that perception check a roll. 7.
Nothing other than kind of wind whipping through everything, along with like vague, like if you tried really hard, you might hear some words, but you can't really distinguish anything.
All right. So, I mean, there's only one way forward, right, Nate? Do you see anything?
Yeah, just that.
All right. Um.
Wait, sorry. Let me have a look.
I mean, the biggest thing that you can notice that you didn't notice before is this pillar here.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
that.
That pillar there, along with the sides of the walls as you get through into this area, are made with skeletons and corpses.
So more death.
I mean, can't exactly
Obviously,
say it's out of.
this catacombs would have been built in the 1920s. Death was really in around then. Kind of the architectural style, pre-modernism.
Yeah.
Which was the style at the time.
All the skeletons are nude.
So retro. Okay, so we have a big old, well, not big actually, kind of tiny hallway of death. Well,
Oh, well.
I guess I'll be taking point. I'm still willing to do that.
I don't like how it's clearly one person at a time.
I mean, if we walk really carefully, I could walk between your legs.
No,
We'll
thanks.
figure a way.
So it does seem to split. Do we want left or right here?
I think I read in a book once that good adventures go left.
Well, I'm as willing to follow that as anything else.
Is there any noises coming from any direction?
Nope.
Well,
All you hear is similarly to what I described for
Yeah.
Gobs, is wind whistling through the tight corridors, and you can't pick up exactly what it's saying, but you feel kind of like Lord of the Rings-esque, right? There's fell voices on the air, but you can't really hear them make out syllables or anything like that. You just can kind of feel it almost.
Yeah, I can't hear the voices make out.
Speaking
Yes.
of, are the echoes in the hallway still going?
Yes, and your voices and your things have been added to it.
Mm.
Once the door opened, the
Mm.
cacophony started rolling back through itself.
Ooh,
So you're
okay.
just enjoying Nate on repeat.
Yes. That's
Talah?
something I needed to know.
Talah, I believe standing back here is bad for your mental health. In my professionally unprofessional opinion, of course.
To remain silent.
So, how about we just stick our heads in and
Oh,
see where
I
it
should
goes?
also make it clear the floor is also bones and skeletons and corpses.
Well, all right. If you're going to stand here,
Everything's coming up corpses.
well, if you're going to stand here and stare into the floor, Talah, I'll stand here and stare into it with you. Maybe we'll intimidate it into moving us along.
Are the rest of you going to remain in the Hall of Perpetual Whispers? Or
Give me a
would-
moment!
Okay.
Or are we not trying to stare down the floor until it moves us?
This is creepy.
Nate, you will notice when you do push on it, they are definitely not soundly constructed.
Yeah, that. Oh no, that seems very crunchy, in the literal sense.
Well, just make sure you don't swing your sword or pull your bow with too big arm motions. I don't like the idea of traveling through it, but I definitely don't like the idea of digging through it.
Well, if I can stand on it, I guess the rest of us can.
We're giving the others a moment before we head into potential danger.
So, just a question, Soundscream.
Mhm.
Is it like the Paris catacombs? I don't know if you know that.
No, I'm familiar. Yes, but more just stacked bodies and skeletons.
Okay, so it does have that
Uh,
same eerie feeling.
Yeah, it's not where those are mortared in, right? With mud
Mm-hmm.
and clay and stuff. These aren't.
Yes.
It's just bodies and skeletons.
Okay.
You know, this entire place is rather unappealing. Yes, the sign so far.
I was right, this is very crunchy.
Yes, it is incredibly crunchy. Occasionally, the crunch is followed by a little bit of slipperiness as you step onto a fresher corpse.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Aside from the feeling of unease, I guess it's safe enough. And Nate is gonna just lift Gobs over like a toddler and put onto the floor.
Eh. You said left, right? So this would be left.
Yes.
All right.
Right.
I definitely recommend we stay close.
So I
Um,
will ask as you guys move through this area, 5-foot steps at a time, please.
Alrighty then. Do you want us to unlock ourselves from the grid, given how the maze is put on?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So just there.
Okay. Nate's right behind her. All right. Immediately, right there, I want both of you to do dexterity saving throws. DC 14.
Alrighty then. Give me just a moment. And click.
All right, so Nate, you see as Gobs takes a step, and her right leg sinks in all the way to the knee, and as she topples to the right, she hits that column to the side, which causes it to completely crumble and fall on the both of you. You're able to take a quick step back, so you avoid most of the damage. You don't have evasion, do you, Nate?
no.
I didn't think so. So, Gobs, you take 10 points of bashing damage or bashing. What is it? Blunt.
Bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning. That's the word.
Hey,
Bludgeoning
Milla.
damage as a column of skeletal remains falls on top of you. Nate, you take 5 as you are scratched and cut a little bit by some broken rib bones as they come down.
Ha!
Hey.
And Gobs, you are now restrained as you are buried in skeletons.
Okay, at least the armor of Agathis took the damage.
Testing audio.
Audio work.
tested.
Gonna help Gobs up and out of all of that.
I'm also going to try and actively climb out. Probably while rapidly going ew, 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 ew.
Give me a strength check or
Just a straight strength check.
let's do athletics. Do athletics. Why not?
All right.
Yeah, you're able to climb out real quickly, not too much trouble.
All right. Okay, so this place is very crumbly indeed.
Just to catch up, Abraham, you guys are starting to walk into the maze area. Everything is made out of corpses and skeletons. So the walls are stacked skeletons and stuff, and the floors as well. And everything is very crumbly. Make sense?
I see.
Okay, cool.
So I guess we should try and be a bit more careful with it.
I'll say since you're there, you could see down this way a bit.
Indeed.
I'm going to start trying to like poke the area in front of me as I'm walking, if that does anything.
Okay,
Just with the sword arm itself.
sure.
Do you need a torch?
No, I have quite good vision in the dark. How dark is it here, by the way? Is it still that ghostly light, or?
Still that ghostly light.
You know, I wish I did need a torch, to be honest.
I
Well,
mean,
I
I
have a
do.
torch.
All
I
right.
just see you poking out in front of you, so that's
Yes,
fine.
I'm poking the ground to see if it's about to collapse, so I don't step in it. At least
Ah,
that's what I'm hoping here, since that's
so
what just
smart.
happened.
Nate is just gonna look back at his friends. Just so yeah.
Abraham, you go first. I'll cover the rear. If there's anything I can do to make this less terrible, Talah, feel free to say so.
I presume you'll say if we need to stop?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Gonna speed it up a little then.
Activate speed.
All right, got a larger room ahead.
Full of skeleton spiders.
I got a little alcove to the left. Since we're sticking to the left, just gonna and peek around the corner. That appears to be a dead end. No need to go down there.
Is that really the
Everything
terminology you want to use in this area?
Everything around us is a dead end.
Inspiration for Nate. If you've already got one, give yourself another one. Thank you, Nexus. You're my favorite. No matter what Nari tells you.
Oof.
What?
Nothing?
I
just
always tell him that he's your favorite.
Just gonna cross over the middle of the room.
Not when I played Wrath.
How long has it been since we've been
True,
in?
but you're not playing Wrath anymore.
So
How long has it been since we've been in here?
I'd say probably 45 minutes or so.
Okay. I have 15 minutes left of seeing visibility.
Okay, large room, a hallway down here, and carefully step forward. There. Just looking back, we're sticking by the wall. Just keep going along the wall. Don't go through the middle. That is where the danger happens. I hope. I don't know how these things work.
Hmm. More than likely, they'll have arms reach out and grab you from the walls.
Well, they can do
Oh.
that.
That makes me feel so much more safe. Thank you.
You're welcome. Knowledge is power.
don't worry. In worst case, I can turn the undead.
If they reach out and
But-
grab me, I'll reach in and grab them back.
If you turn undead and everything here is undead, does the floor just disappear then?
Maybe.
I-
Want me to test?
I
No.
don't see how an undead Othokent is going to help the situation.
What?
I mean, you've experienced an undead Othokent before. That didn't last long, thankfully.
Well, yes, that's why I'm saying that you turning undead, I don't think that's going to help.
I'm so confused.
Turn undead, transform into an undead.
I so
Yeah.
confused. I'm Othokent.
I've been undead before. I wouldn't recommend it.
How's it like?
Don't remember a thing.
Okay. I mean, I've done other things where I don't remember. Generally wouldn't recommend them either.
Hold for a second.
Waiting. Holding.
As
Hold
the
the
disintegrate
line.
ray flies through.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, that was a long hallway down here. All right, little turn coming up in a moment. Peek around the corner. Little alcove. Since we're sticking to the left, we're not checking that out. Much larger room ahead.
Nate is curious, checking around the corner. Okay. It's fine.
Nate encounters
Hey,
the
Nate.
Throngler.
Yeah.
Something of note. At the end of that hallway, right here.
Yeah.
There's a pile of treasure.
Wait a sec.
Don't tell Gobs.
You can see coins. You can see gems. You can see jewelry.
So Nate just sees a dead end, and as he's registering, the treasure walks back, and then wait a sec. Oh, there's a dead end with stuff at the end, apparently.
Don't care, not what we're here for.
Really? Oh yeah.
So Nate, I'd like to buy obvious treasure for 200. Sorry, obvious trap for 200.
Do I see anything down that hallway with my sea invisibility?
Yeah, you see a pile of treasure at the end.
Anything different was the point.
No, otherwise I would have specified it.
It just seems unlikely to me that this cult obsessed with a death demon would just leave a pile of treasure hanging out in their little skull labyrinth.
Does anybody else step to the edge and look down at the treasure?
Gonna wait with advancing just in case.
I mean, I could
Well-
go to the entrance and try turning the undead. If that's what we are fearing.
I don't think so much it's undead as it's just this place seems just generally dangerous.
Hmm.
All right, gonna keep
If-
going.
If
Sorry?
nothing else, we can check on the way out.
Yeah, that's my thought. I mean, surely a temple to a death god wouldn't be so cliche as to crumble around our ears like an 80s movie, right?
That seems
What's an
counterintu-
80s?
I feel
Yeah, but-
attacked.
That seems counterintuitive to a temple. Isn't it supposed to stand forever in praise of the death god?
Yes, exactly. I don't know why they keep doing that in movies.
And remember, this wasn't originally a temple to the to the Prince of Undeath. It was a temple to the God of Death, which is different.
Thanks, voice in the sky. That adds more credence to my reasoning.
You're welcome.
Wait, it's a where?
Boy. Gobs?
Yep.
I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, joy of joys. Give me a moment. There's the
Been
thingy.
following, by the way.
Concentration saving throw. Your ADHD kicks in.
19.
So Gobs, as you step right there, absolutely nothing happens. I just wanted to make you roll to mess with you. Keep going.
All right. Another steppy.
But
and
what if the
peek.
treasure is gone before we come back?
Then we know that something removed it, something that would likely have removed you if you had tried to take it.
Well, someone needed it more than we did. And that's okay.
All right, another big thingy here. Oh my, what a big thingy.
Take things that Cyntari's never heard for 300, Alex.
Otho, would it be disrespectful to smoke while we're going through here?
I mean, if we go by all technicality, Ash is completely clean.
So that's a no?
And secondly, the bones are dead. The temple is dead. I don't think they are alive enough to be insulted.
All right.
I mean, with how stagnant the air is, as is,
It's just gonna add a
Yeah.
little flavor.
Yeah, it's kind of to get rid of that, the constant dusty bone flavor in my mouth.
well, I have some oats.
Oh, do you? Really?
Yeah. How do you think I keep making oatmeal? I bought like
Poorly.
a whole
That's
bag
how
of
he
oats.
keeps thinking you make oatmeal. Poorly.
Gosh,
Oh,
gosh,
So sorry.
I make great oatmeal. Voice in the sky.
That's true.
Can I have a handful?
Sure.
If she's given a handful of oatmeal, she'll be chewing them like chewing tobacco.
She is given a handful of oats.
She is just chewing them raw.
Oh, that's very dry. You should
Mhm.
probably get out your water skin.
Oh, it's very dry. I mean, not as dry as that one feet stick I bought a while back. No, actually, no, that was weirdly wet.
Odd.
You know, the one that was intended for horses?
Oh,
Right.
no.
Yeah, I tried one of those. Don't recommend it.
Yeah, no.
Okay, hold there.
Another little peek.
As you all get right there, Othokent, is that where you would have been right when Gobs was there, or would you have been up further?
I would have probably been here.
Okay.
Oh,
Alright.
Ofo is kind of heavy, so he's being careful not to completely just crunch, 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 crunch.
Everybody but Otho and... No, move yourself back, Abraham. I saw that. Everybody but Otho and Gobs needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
So back here is where you wanted me?
Yeah.
Except Otho and Gobs?
Yep.
Dexterity.
Mm-hmm. All right. As right when Gobs gets to there, lunging out of the wall comes a zombie. And when he does, he topples that central column that he was buried in, falls on Nate, Abraham, and Talah. Nate, you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you're able to quickly, deftly step aside it. Talah and Abraham take 14 points as you were not expecting it. Boop, zombie. And it's going to try to attack Gobs with a surprise attack. Does a 20 hit you, Gobs?
Let me just check. It do. Barely.
He does. All right, you take 4 points of damage as just literally shattering out the wall comes a zombie that attacks you and hits you with both hands as it does.
Yes, the zombie takes 20 points of cold damage immediately.
And it immediately explodes and dies from that.
But undead fortitude.
I mean, maybe. If so, I'll just keep stabbing it until it stops fortituding.
Yeah, it's gone. So yeah, the column collapses. Everybody takes damage. Gobs gets punched, and the zombie explodes.
This place is rude.
Are you all right? What's going on?
A zombie burst out of the wall.
That's rude.
It collapsed the middle sphere, and I have that frost armor thingy. Yeah, it exploded on contact with me.
Again, rude.
You guys
Very.
okay?
Just having to pick myself out of this pile of corpses.
Need a hand?
Yep, both Talah and Abraham do need to make an athletics check to get out.
Can we aid them? Like
Sure.
trying to pull them out?
Sure, you can't get to Talah. Otho would have to.
Ofo
Yeah.
will pull her up.
All right, so both of you do your athletics checks with advantage. Talah's able to get out. Abraham, you are having trouble, and it's actually starting to be hard to breathe because of everything pressing upon you.
Gobs, can you give me a hand here?
Yeah.
Alright. Give it another shot, Abraham. With advantage again. All right, you guys are able to get him out that time.
I'm not letting you live it down if you die by drowning in bones.
Well, yeah, he'd be dead.
I've been dead before. Wouldn't recommend it.
Okay, so not just the floor is dangerous, the walls are dangerous.
Yeah,
Lesson
no
learned.
death for any of us.
I don't know, I feel like it's my turn.
No.
How are we looking behind us? Any creepy crawlies following us out there?
Nope, just empty hallways.
Perfect. Love that.
Well, apart from the things that are in the floor, the bones and such, but apart from that, empty. Empty for life and unlife.
Well, if any of them happen to grow eyeballs and stare at you, let us know.
Then I'll stare back.
You also have my permission to make rude gestures if they happen to do that.
All right. I will do so.
Ooh, a little T-cross.
And still no sound.
Nothing beyond what I've already described.
Right, sticking to the left then. It looks like it bends down the way. Nate, would you like to wait here in the T-cross for a bit?
If you think it's safe.
It's more so we don't have to do that awkward backward shuffle. And if something does come up, I will make noises and likely attack things.
Oh, okay.
Peek. Okay, another cross up ahead. It's just a few steps up here. I'll peek right back once I've looked. If I don't come back, Nate gets my lighter.
But you have your lighter.
Yes, so better come find it.
Well,
Okay, it appears to be safe. Come on up.
guys.
Well, I'm bringing up the rear.
And what a mighty fine rear you are bringing up. Tail and everything. You do have a tail, right? That's
Of
not
course,
a...
I have a tail.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten spooked yet.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask, does that thing detach?
I am not that kind of lizard.
Once.
I mean, it can detach, but then I'm gonna need to find a new one.
I mean, you could get like a cool robot one. I remember I saw a girl online once. She had like a skeleton arm that she could still use. Apparently, she lost her arm in like an accident. A group of necromancers have this beholder channel.
Hey,
Made her workable
Gobs?
skeleton limb. Yeah.
Perception check for me.
All right.
There's a crate to the right that is cracked open, and you can see bottles of wine in it.
There's a crate of wine here.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. There's a crate of wine here.
Probably wine bottles filled with blood.
I mean, should we check? Because it is opposite a very long hallway, so in case this thing like spews fire or something, we would be unable to dodge anywhere.
Any zombies in the walls?
Gotta do a double check for that.
Yeah, perception check. You can spot hundreds of pieces of this wall that could be a zombie hiding, but you cannot see one that is very obviously a zombie. It's like, hey, there's a corpse there. Is it a zombie corpse? But you see
Well,
several corpses embedded into the walls.
Well, there's a lot of corpses in the wall, but none of them are moving currently. If you have an hour, I can start poking them individually.
Well, none of us really drink, right?
I mean, I do. But I don't like the idea of corpse wine, so... I just want to make sure this thing is actually just a bottle of wine and nothing else. So just stay where you are while I go check it, okay? Just in case it's something bad. It was down here, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so, she's going to hold the shield up and use the transformed arm to sort of open the crate, since it was already sort of cracked open.
It's super dry wood. It actually crumbles completely, and you see 32 very, very old bottles of wine. It's old enough that the print that is on the bottles is gone. It's just like super dry brown paper for the labels.
It just looks like old bottles, but I am going to do a double check on to just see, is there anything that would indicate it's anything other than just wine? Would that
Give me an
be
investigation check.
Oh, very old bottles, like the ones we got from the orc guy.
Yeah, just a lot more dusty.
Yeah, everything about this looks. You don't see any traps. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. Parts of the box crumbled like you would expect a 600-year-old box to crumble. The wood is so super dry and termite eaten that it just crumbles apart. If you actually pick up one of the bottles, you notice that the wine inside of it is so old that it has separated.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's definitely not drinkable, but it's just really, really old bottles of wine.
Yeah, she would have picked one of them up and done the, tipsy thing, like...
Yeah, and you can see the sediment layers, and you're like, this is deadly, but not because it's a trap. It's just because if you drink this, it will kill you at this point because it's basically just separated, spoiled vinegar at
All
its
right.
best. That's the best option.
Here you go, Nate. A bottle of what I presume death tastes like. I don't recommend drinking it, but it's yours now. Enjoy.
Here, Mr. Grissom, a wonderful antique. And
For
hands the wine.
for the shop back in Neap.
Hey, thank you. He takes it and he sets it down on the ground next to him. I appreciate it.
If you want more, there's more in the box where it came from.
Oh, that was plenty. Thank you. He's like walking on, leaving the bottle behind.
This
Talah
hallway
picks it up, drinks it on the spot.
drops dead immediately.
Hulks out, destroys everyone.
Oh, God. Otho, is there medical use for really, really old wine or vinegar?
Microphone detached itself.
Hmm.
So, personally, I don't believe there would be any benefits.
All right. In the little corner up ahead. P. Did music just kick in?
Sorry for being late at moving. Doing stuff.
Let's see, we're sticking to the left, so that means we need to turn here immediately, right?
Sure.
I'm just going to take a single step ahead to see what's up there, just in case it's a dead end. It is not a dead end. Okay, we'll return here if the other place happens to be a dead end then.
Nate, give me a performance check.
Spooky.
Okay, now give me a dexterity saving throw. Okay, as you're playing, you accidentally get one of the arrows stuck in one of the skulls and pull it back too quickly, causing that column to crumble upon you.
Ah,
You take 4 points of damage.
dang it.
Is he stuck?
No, he's fine.
Oh, tough crowd, eh?
Apparently.
Nate, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What's the skeleton's favorite instrument?
I don't know.
A xylobone.
What kind of instrument is that?
I have no idea. Alright, what's the skeleton's favorite snack?
Moron A talks to Moron B.
Yes.
Nate, give me a perception check.
Abraham right behind us losing IQ.
Inspiration.
Go for
I
it.
once made a rain stick out of a shin bone.
There's a corpse on the floor right here. You
Yeah.
can see eyes moving below the tattered eyelids. Its eyes are
Oh.
closed, but you can see movement there.
Nate is just gonna point it out. Just not saying anything, just with the arrow in his hand, just pointing.
Alright, Gobx is going to just point her arm at it as an ice stalk pops out. And I'm going to just Eldritch Blast the body to bits.
Okay. Roll it with advantage.
Alright, that is 2 rays at this level.
Okay.
So just there.
But technically, it's prone, and it's a ranged attack.
I mean, that
It's
is
with advantage because I said so.
Yeah.
Shut up.
14,
Hits.
9.
Okay.
Second blast. Crits. For 20, so 29 force damage in total.
Awesome. So the zombie that was hidden in the floor is obliterated. So see, he was right here, and then you killed him. So he is no longer there.
Regular dead, regular dead.
We unalived him.
Yes.
Good catch, Nate. I didn't spot that one.
Well, I am kinda a scout, after all.
Yeah,
I do try.
I'm relying on you. If you point at something, I will shoot it with reckless prejudice.
just because I'm pointing at something,
Yes,
it doesn't mean it has to die.
of course it does. You're pointing at it.
Gobs, I feel like you need someone to talk to.
Yes, that is what I'm doing right now. And the earth is little and it's want to come on out and play.
Talah, you're being stared at. In case you didn't notice.
I'm pretty sure she won't notice.
Got the creepy tight hallway. Gonna shoot the first thing that moves, or stab, or other appropriate
What
violent
if
response.
it's a friend?
Then they better not be moving. And peek.
Well, at this point, anyone around here would have heard us. So,
Yeah, that's kind of my point. And if they're not talking and they're just skulking around, they're either an undead or they're that bounty hunter who's out for my head. So I'm inclined to shoot either way.
oh yeah, right.
See? It's a good policy.
Perception check.
That was not supposed to be with advantage. My bad.
That's fine. First number works. There's a book sitting on a small stand. Just a book.
So, hypothetically, if you're crawling through a big old maze made of bones dedicated to a god of death, and you happen to see a book standing alone on a stand in the blind end of the maze, would it be wise or unwise to go read that book? You know, just hypothetically, asking for a friend.
I mean, maybe it could tell us more about what's going on. What do you think, Mr. Grissom?
Where's the book?
Right ahead here.
Around the
Oh,
corner
is-
here.
Let me squeeze on by.
wait.
Oh, let me
Let me just.
Hang
okay.
on a second.
Uh,
Oh, excuse me. Okay. Ooh,
I just push into the corner.
Does it have any writing or anything indicating a symbol on the front?
Yeah, there's writing on it. It's in Elvish, which you can read regardless, and it says a treatise on the death and burial rituals of the Edenians.
Who are they?
Give me a history check. The Edenians are a group that died out several hundred years ago, but they were a nomadic people in the desert of Cathtul.
It's a book on death rituals for the Edenian people. Does the pedestal seem trapped in any way to where you lift this book up, it's going to trigger something?
That sounds like something an investigation check would need. You're unable to detect any traps of any kind.
Pick up the book.
Give
Turn it
me
over.
a dexterity saving throw. You're able to pick up the book just fine.
Thank you. Are there any outwardly look like there's any marked pages, a bookmark, or one of those ribbons to mark a place, or dog-eared pages?
Nope. It's just a detailed. It talks about how they would take someone who died, and wrap their bodies and place them in particularly sacred sand dunes for 60 days, which would mummify them. And then they would take them to caves, and they would bury their dead or insert them into the cave walls. And these cave walls were also where they would take the women who were going to have babies, right? Because they needed a stable place for birth and immediate aftercare. So it was a cycle of birth and or death and rebirth. It were those sacred caves to them.
How old
So
is
they
this
would-
book?
It's probably based on the writing styles and whatnot, and your history check, and they've been gone for close to 600 or 700 years. You're probably looking at a book that's about 800 years old or so.
Hmm.
What do you say, Mr. Grissom?
It's just a book on death rituals for these people. They stored their bodies in caves, and had children give birth in the same caves, a ritual of life and rebirth. Life, death, and
That's
rebirth.
creepy.
Yes, well,
I mean, creepy, sure, but also a bit reaffirming that, even if things die, other things will be born.
yes, but not these people. They've been extinct for hundreds of years.
Well, it shows what they know then.
Well,
All right.
then you got an antique for your store. It's probably worth thousands, right?
Sure, if you just ignore the fact that I have a giant tower full of books in the middle of a desert.
Yeah, but you don't know if that tower has this book.
I mean, the book could be worth money. I don't know. Are books worth money?
Oh, yes. To collectors and certain individuals, it'd be priceless.
I see. I never really thought that books would be worth much. I usually see them on sale at like the local stores, like a few copper pieces for a book or a magazine. Typically, the ones you have to turn sideways. So, Talah, how are you holding up with all this? You doing okay?
I'm fine.
Would you like a handful of oats to chew on to take your mind off of the whole thing? It helped me.
No thanks.
All right.
Talah, are you here with us right now?
I said I'm fine. Let's just keep moving.
Hmm.
Hello. So, would you mind stepping back a bit,
Oh, of course.
or at the very least, lift your tail so I can crawl through? Thank you.
I've mooned down the hole.
Abe's gonna stop Nate. Nate, you need to talk to her. She hasn't
I don't
moved.
know what to say.
Something more reaffirming than that. She needs you right now.
We don't have time for this. And Talah's gonna try and push past Abraham.
But Abraham is the strongest of us.
Hence the word try.
Yeah. If he allows her, then.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so sticking left still, so here. Hello, Abraham.
Hello.
How are you enjoying the catacomb so far?
Oh, it's well, it exists. I have no feelings one way or the other about death or undeath. It's just things that happen.
I mean, if you had to rate it out of all the catacombs you'd visited,
I haven't visited any catacombs. This is my first one.
Oh, then let's give this one a 5 in case we visit others in the future, so we have something to compare to.
It's at the top of my list. It's a very short list.
It certainly caters the coombs.
It certainly cats a coomb, correct?
All right, little peek around the corner. Oh, I believe this might just be folding in on itself. Oh, we'll know in a moment.
You know, they should make a hit video game series off of this. We could call it Catacomb Rustler.
Hmm.
Yeah, you could.
Catacomb Bandit.
There are 3 small barrels.
Small barrels left inside of a.
Like half gallon size barrels, smaller barrels.
Any writing on them at all?
Yes. Do you speak Elvish?
No, I speak common or goblin. But I imagine I'd recognize Elven language considering how the world is and everything. Sort of like how you'd recognize the Japanese language without understanding it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is either Elvish, Undercommon, or Primordial. One of the 3.
I see.
You want to have a look? Just standing unfazed in the corner, I should try to walk around. You do know I'm like a 4th your size, right?
I'm always respectful of your space. I never try to treat you any differently.
I do appreciate that, but I also smell your farts all the day.
I wish you wouldn't get that close.
You can see on the labels written in Elvish, it's pipe tobacco.
Wow. It's pipeweed.
Oh. Do you smoke pipe?
What does it look like in his portrait?
It does.
If it says anything to go on, this might be hundreds of years old as well, which means it's dried out and useless.
Either that or it gets real high.
Well, I mean, it's tobacco. It's not, the other stuff.
I don't get it.
Hmm?
I have a smaller circulatory system. Normal tobacco really does it for me.
Ooh, I see. Is it trapped in anywhere?
Give me that check. Investigation. You don't see anything unusual other than it being several barrels of small casks, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, we don't need to bog ourselves down with common goods.
Yeah. Also, why would someone leave barrels of tobacco inside of a temple?
Perhaps as some sort of holy offering for later. Or they are going to smoke themselves high beyond all belief.
I wonder if it actually contains tobacco. Do you think it could be a red flag? Or like a false flag type thing, or it's something else inside here?
Oh, maybe. Try and crack one open.
Might
Try and crack.
might also be a trap.
Yeah, everything's a trap. Life's a trap.
Yeah.
They very easily open, and you see incredibly over-dried leaves of tobacco in them.
Yep, just tobacco. I'm on my way out.
Can't you
try
just put them in leaves and rehydrate? Put them
you
in
mean
water, I mean.
You mean... Actually, yeah, couldn't you do that?
And after a certain point, the desiccation and destroy the process. The oils would denature to beyond usable levels.
Fair
You'd
enough.
just be burning it, and you wouldn't actually get any of the effect.
Hello, Otho.
Hello again, Gobs.
We are going back. This whole area was... Well, it was certainly something.
We got a book.
Got a book. We saw some really old wine and some tobacco.
Abram got a bottle of wine.
If nothing else, knowledge is power, as they say.
That is very true. You know what else is power?
Power.
Yes, power. Actual power. The ability to cast weird bolts of energy from your fingertips. That is power. Also the power of friendship, which I believe in wholeheartedly.
Power of love.
God
Don't
damn it!
need
Now it's
money.
stuck in my head.
The
Don't need
power
fame.
of love.
Yeah, same.
Don't need no credit card to ride
But you
this
know,
train.
love is a battlefield.
Yeah, and that's a battlefield you're currently losing.
What?
Ooh.
Ouch!
War to attrition, and you're running out of troops, homie.
What are you talking about?
Don't
Keep
worry
this up,
about
it's
it.
going to turn into contrition. You better do something about that.
Got a peek
All
out
right,
of the corner.
hold there for a second. So I'll reveal, and then I'll explain exactly what you see.
All right, got it.
All right, so down this hallway, there is an altar. Several bodies have been sculpted and pieced together to make another statue of Orcus, but this one is made out of corpses and bones and skeletons. The couple special things you notice, it is wearing a breastplate of armor, which has something inscribed in it, which you can't see from that distance, in a language that you don't immediately recognize the characters of, but it's small, so it's hard to see it from that far away. Both of his arms are outstretched, like towards you. One of them is its palm up, and the hand is open. The other one is clutching an incredibly ornate key. Like, not just ornate in design, because it's just black iron, but the teeth of the key, the way it's designed, it's like a swirling, like a curled ball. It looks very sharp. It has very different crooked teeth on it and everything in every direction. So an incredibly complex key is clutched in its other hand.
Abraham, you're likely the one of us with most experience of tombs and their practices and temples and such, right?
I've done some reading on these things, yes. Even got a book on just recently.
So, if you were to see a statue of that orc guy we saw just a moment ago,
Orcus, yes.
and it was made out of corpses, someone had put a breastplate on it, inscribed something on that, and that statue was then holding out both its hands, one empty, the other holding a key. That is something you should take note of, yes?
Probably should. Its significance would be, well, depending upon what that breastplate's purpose is and what the key opens, and if there's any exchange needed to get any said items off the altar.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, given that it's at the end of another dead end, would it be a wise idea to approach it?
I don't know, do you have an offering?
No, but I have a fistful of hurt.
And what would you do?
Well, to begin with, read what the breastplate says.
And what can you read? Can you read Elvish?
I can
Seems to
read
be a common theme.
I can read common and goblin.
Do you expect it to be written in common and or goblin in this place of undeath? Dedicated to a demon lord.
Maybe he felt especially accommodating that day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm asking you to come with, please.
Okay.
There, and if you'll just pass over me, that should be fine.
All right. Investigating this altar thing to try to figure out its significance.
Since you looked at it before, you'll recognize the language on it is Abyssal, even though you don't speak it, but you can read it. And I will put what's on it in the chat. And I will read it out loud as well, but I'll put it in Discord for everybody. And it says, I am born of earth, burned by fire, and bound in a wooden casket. Though tortured into form, I bring forth knowledge, poetry, and messages to the world. Wielded by poet, priest, and arcanist alike. It's supposed to say, I record what was, as well as the dreams of what will be. What am I? And you get the vibe that whatever this is it's talking about needs to be placed in the open hand to
All
release
right.
the key.
We need to get that the casket of one of the tobacco things, the wine, and I need to offer this book up and place it in the hand.
No, I don't think that's the one.
We need all three of these things.
Yes, but from what that thing just said, right? It
Yes.
sounds like it's just talking about the lead and a pencil.
I'm born from earth, bred by fire, and bound in a wooden casket. We found tobacco. It's born from the earth, grown, and it's burned by fire. And currently, it's in a wooden casket.
So do you torture it into form?
No, that is the wine.
Wait, you think it's more than one thing?
Yeah, it's all three.
But is any of them wielded by poet, priest, and arcanist alike?
Yes, a book.
Knowledge.
All right, sure.
I don't know.
All right, so quick trek back to get all those things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want us
We
to move?
do a quick 80s comics transition. Just
Yep. So you guys gather all the things. So I'll say this before you guys do that. Know that like even the bottle of wine, like you could maybe put one of those items in its hand at the same time.
Only one at a time.
Yeah.
Well, the first one sounds like the tobacco.
I a record what was as
Tortured
well as the
into
dreams
form.
of what will be.
Will bring forth knowledge, poetry, and messages to the world. Will the poet.
I mean, books are pressed.
I mean, bound in the wooden casket. This book is not bound by a wooden casket.
Isn't it made from a tree?
Bound in leather.
Nari
Burned by
Gobs is asking
fire.
you something in chat.
Yeah, I misread. I'm correcting right now. There we go. It's Talah. It's not Nari. Nari doesn't exist.
What? Well, if I don't exist, my character doesn't exist.
Not true. I have her character sheet. I don't have a Nari character sheet.
Well, now you do.
Dun dun dun.
Just the sound
That's how
scheme, I don't feel
Resident
so
became a
good.
thing.
Sure. Talah gives her a pencil.
Thanks. How much do I owe you for this?
Just take it.
All right, thank you.
I mean, it could be a pencil. If it's only looking for one thing, it could be a pencil.
Want to give it a try? I mean, I'm happy to be the one taking the risk. I'm really sure on this.
Okay, go right ahead. You use the black arm to put it up there.
Oh, I was totally planning on that. I mean, if it tries to attack my arm, the arm will attack back.
There you go. Fight fire with undeath, or fight undeath with more nothingness. I don't know.
Just fight things, yes. All right, clear out just in case I explode or anything. Don't want my insides covering you if that's the case.
Don't get turned into a bodak.
Going to try and put the pencil into the open hand.
As you place it into the open hand, the fingers curl around it, and the hand holding the key opens. Would you like to take the key?
Yes, I was holding
And
down
just
the
to-
wrong push to speak button.
And just to be clear, it's a big key. It's like a foot and a half long. It's not a small key. Also, as you do this, I want perception checks from everybody. Okay, Nate hears it. Gobs hears it. Talah hears it. Abraham doesn't. He's reading the book. Othokent definitely hears it. You hear echoing through this area the sounds of bones collapsing. But you also hear, so you can hear that, but those are just a couple fine pinpointed sounds. You also can almost feel a rigidness cascade through the walls, right? It's almost like everything just kind of flexes and tightens up. And you see that swirl of necrotic energy come out of the altar and spin down the hallway, and you can see 3 or 4 or 5 other beams of that misty necrotic energy merge up with it as you see it pulse and move down. Here, do I have the right marker? I don't have the right marker. You see it start to swirl and go down this way. This part of the hall. As everything kind of shakes as it feels like another one of those inhales of the necrotic energy.
So I'm not dead, and I have a new toy. You should probably hold this. I hold it up to Abraham. I don't want to break it.
Okay. I'll take the key to certain death and secure it in my belongings.
Stab it right into your heart.
Unlock the key to death inside myself.
Played too much Kingdom Hearts.
So before we continue down, there was mention of a pile of treasure. Should we go back and grab that?
What
Or-
treasure?
Or is that a bad idea?
All right, so let me do this to save you guys some time. Are you going to completely explore the maze before you go through the obviously locked door when you find the obviously locked door?
I'd say that entirely depends on how many more times we're attacked by skeletons or than zombies.
So let's do this because I'm gonna make this easier on you guys, just to help here. So that it's not boring and monotonous for everybody. So the small sounds you were hearing at first, as you guys go through, you will find 4 other zombie corpses that have shattered and fallen apart. The only other, so you went back here and you went back to that pile of treasure. Write down that you found 3,000 gold pieces.
Oh, I was just asking if we should.
Oh,
I
I'm
didn't
sorry. I
want to
thought
force
you were
it.
saying that you were going to.
No, I was asking, like, should we go back? But
I was going to say we should because
Yeah.
we haven't found anything trapped thus far.
yeah,
Yes.
I'd say once we've seen that a few of these corpses have shattered, then sort of getting the idea that okay, that's what that did. I'd say at that point, yeah, we'd probably go back. That would make sense, right?
Yeah, so it's 3,000 gold pieces and 8 various pieces of jewelry that are 150 gold each.
So
Which is there.
3,000 divided by 5.
So Gobs is blinged out.
There is a tiara.
That is 600 gold pieces each. And yes, I plan on dividing them equally because everyone deserves their part.
And just so you know, there would have been a corpse there, a zombie corpse there, there, and there. And I'll say it probably takes you about 30 minutes to go through all of that. Now, when you get here, it's not. I messed up the map when I made it. I didn't put a door there that I meant to, but you do see a door, Nate. Since you're the first one that's there. And the door, it's carved. It's a double door, and it's carved, and it looks like. Hold on a moment. and it's shaped like a person laying on an altar being sacrificed by Orcus. So it's a wooden door that's carved that way, and right where the dagger that's being driven into his heart is a 7-slotted hole. Which, if you notice, the head of the key has 7 slots on it. So it looks like that's where the key goes, is to enter the next room.
Well then.
You said you found a tiara.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to waste time doing detect magic on it. I'm just going to waste time to identify it with a ritual.
It's not magical.
It's not? Okay. Well, same 10 minutes are spent finding out the same thing.
Mhm.
All right.
So yeah, to the south there, by Nate, is where the door that the key very likely goes to.
I'll be honest, I feel like it's a bad idea to put rings on the Black Hand considering how it transforms.
Then I slot the key.
Okay. Do you unlock the door and open it?
I unlock the door. Do I hear anything weird when doing so? Mechanisms engaging?
Yeah, you can hear mechanisms engaging and things like that.
Okay. So it's an actual lock.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like me to be first through in case someone shoots at us?
Sure. Even though if somebody shoots at you and misses, it'll probably still hit me. I'm taller and all.
Well, at the very least, I'll cover your family jewels.
By all means, squeeze on by. You don't have to go underneath my leg. Oh my goodness. So improper.
Yes, I do. It's fun down here. Also, it scratches the top of my head when I do.
What?
I'm saying you're really saggy.
I'm not that old anymore.
No, but they're still going unused.
Nari's gonna go AFK.
Alright. Do we want to give them a moment, or...
Yeah, I must have missed that. Oh. So, yeah, this is actually a good place if we want to refill drinks, because the next 2 sections will probably take up the rest of the day.
And Nari's back.
Oh, Never's back. Never mind. We'll keep going. So, do you open the door?
Yes.
All right.
I do the Dark Souls door opening. Big, open, empty room.
No, it's... Give me a second. 1, he's not supposed to be hidden. Get to the proper layer, you piece of
What's
trash.
with all these health and restoration pickups?
Why is there just boxes of ammo lying around on the floor?
So, as you open the door and come in here, couple things. This is a laboratory that you walk into. You can see a gentleman in a cloak at this end. There are various corpses all across the room, laying on tables where they've been dissected, and you see all kinds of like jars and things like that. There's a strong smell of formaldehyde and things like that all throughout this room. And there is a person who is currently faced away from you working on something on a table that's here.
How creaky was the door when we opened it?
It was fairly loud, but he does not seem to notice. The other thing you will notice is that there is a large stone slab right here that is covering something, and it's got a bunch of like arcane symbols and things on it. And as you focus for a moment, you can see the necrotic energy that's been flowing in is flowing into this room and flowing into that seal.
Can I ask you to do the ping again? I was a bit too far
Mhm.
north when you did it.
It's right there.
I don't see any ping.
Probably helps if I get on the right layer so you can see it. You see it that time?
Right over there.
Yep. So there's a seal of some kind, and then necromantic energy is flowing through there.
Alright, so there's a creepy guy in a laboratory after a death labyrinth that we just forced our way through. Who wants to bet he's a bad guy? She's whispering, by the way. Hey.
Hopefully we can get some answers.
Maybe. I do like the cut of his robe, though.
The cut of his jib.
Those Ulan stones around his head.
Mm-mm.
Looks like there's stones float. Those look like stones are floating around his head, though, in that picture.
Okay, well, it's just leave me alone.
Just confirming. Sorry.
Do what I can with what I've got.
Well, we just what do we do now?
Remind me again, what is our primary objective here?
Well, there was something important we had to find in here, and then
A ring. To find a ring.
I don't. Othokent, did you ever tell them exactly what you were after in here?
I do believe I did share any details I might have found important.
Okay, yeah. So you're looking for a ring of 3 wishes that still has 1 wish remaining on it. That was accidentally dropped here by the Lich guy, whose name is not right in front of me.
Alright, I say we just try and tell the guy we're here looking for a lost ring and we don't want to disturb his stuff. He might be willing to work with us.
I doubt that. Something about this place in the bones.
Dr. Burke. It was his ring.
Bark, bark, bark.
Burke, 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 Burke.
Bark, bark, bark,
Given the
bark.
nature of this place, I doubt we are just gonna get out of that.
So, would you rather have I shoot him in the back immediately?
No, I want to talk.
So, you disagree on my idea to try and broker a deal, but also disagree that we should shoot him in the back.
No, I'm just saying that we need to be cautious.
Yes. Excuse me, sir. She's calling out across the room at
What?
this point.
What? Who are you?
Hello there, I go by Gobx. We're here from a client who was here some time ago. They lost a ring. We're just here looking for the ring. We don't care what else you got going on.
I don't know who you are, what you speak of, but you be gone before you befoul the home of Durzul.
He can have the home all he wants. We're literally just here looking for the ring. If you're fine with us looking around, then we can, just get out of here as soon as we find what we're here for. It's just a ring that he lost.
The home of
Are
who?
you other servants of Orcus? Did he send you to find this ring?
No. We are
Then
hired from an agency.
be gone before I make you be gone.
If you're going to stand in the way, I'll show you the light of Lathander.
Right, I shoot him now.
Lathander. Okay. So we will roll initiative at that point, because as soon as he said Lathander, he would have been on guard. But that's cool. Go for it. Everybody
Guard.
give us an initiative.
Yeah, this time Othokent starting shit.
I mean, I was already on that page.
Othokent is starting shit.
I have
Well, yes,
advantage
he
on
is.
so I'm rolling twice.
So many nat 20s.
So he was yelling that from the hallway. Arthur's just like, there's a guy up there, Lathander.
I would say you came in, obviously.
I do like the idea that he just heard something Otho and then shouted at the top of his lungs, Lathander represent!
Power Lathanders compels you. All right, that's everybody. All right, Othokent, you do indeed get to go first. What would you like to do, Othokent?
All right. Well, I am going to start by being the nice cleric man I am, and I'm going to use a second level spell slot to cast Bliss on my 4 dear compatriots.
Thank you, much appreciated.
You are quite welcome. And then, because I fear not this asshat, I shall at least step a bit forward, so I am prepared for whatever might come. Just slowly get the ball rolling and kick his ass. And that's my turn.
Hey, kick the ball's ass.
Yeah!
Kick the bald's ass.
All righty. Gobs, it is your turn.
Going to be moving up. And once I've moved, I'm going to fire off some Eldritch Blasts at him.
Okay, go for it.
26.
That hits.
And I'm adding in Fear of the Small because he's larger than me and I don't like it. So that will add an additional 3 damage.
Okay, so 8 damage.
Second shot.
Mm-hmm. That hits.
Another Fear of the Small. So 14.
Okay.
And as I'm shooting, she's going to be yelling like, we could have just negotiated. It didn't have to go like this.
Death to the light. Red rum, red rum. He's obviously evil. All right, anything else you'd like to do?
I have no further actions, so no.
Nate, what would you like to do, my friend?
Well, the standard procedure on this mark.
He is successfully marked.
And then shooty bang bang.
That hits. Oof. Arrow sinks deeply into his chest. He is not looking very good at all.
And I actually have extra attack.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
Like, death is just the beginning. I'll swallow your souls. Hot Topic's my favorite store. You know, all the typical stuff. Yeah, you hit.
Don't
Swallow your
worry,
soul, swallow your soul.
What's
I'll
wrong
guide
with
you
Hot Topic?
I'll guide you straight into Lathander's light once you die, don't you worry.
Oh, second arrow sinks in deeply. He is incredibly hurt.
Uh,
Barely hanging on.
on this mark again, right? It's
Yep.
not just the first turn.
It is on all
First
attacks.
attack. Yes.
Still
So, yeah.
barely hanging on.
Please, sir. Don't make this like this. And that's Nate's turn.
All right, Abraham, what would you like to do?
Um, Well, I am going to hit him with chill touch so he can't heal.
Okay. That hits. How would you like to do this?
The ghostly hand of chill touch reaches out and grasps him across the head, and the necrotic energy spreads across his face in black veins, and his eyes roll back into his head, and he collapses.
As his eyes roll back and the necrotic energy starts to seep in, he actually smiles. He goes, Tersul, I come to your embrace. And as he collapses, the ground begins to shake. Everything begins to vibrate. The runes on that seal fade. The stone crumbles and breaks away to reveal a cavern tunnel behind it. And another great heave. And you can feel the fact that a living soul, for the first time in ages, has passed in this desecrated area as the necrotic energy that you used mingles with his visible soul as it pours out of him and rushes down the hallway to whatever it is that lays at its end.
Reaction, turn him into an accursed spectre so his soul never goes anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can do that.
I
think
it's
I
a
need.
cutscene moment.
The amulet of death's embrace. Yeah.
No, it's because I didn't kill him, so I can't do it.
I'll let you roll a. Give me like a spell check, like a spell save check.
Okay.
No, I literally can't do it. That's not how the ability works.
I want you to do it.
Okay.
Well, I also have the amulet, though.
All right. You wanted a spell attack?
Yeah.
I have the skill that we named Ruin, which is basically just my spell attack. So
Yeah.
just that.
Mhm.
No, it's a 9.
Okay. And your amulet does what again?
The wearer can use an action to cast Soulbind as per the spell on a newly dead creature within 30 feet of him. I'm not close enough. Never mind.
Yeah, and even if you were to take a full action, this is completing well before then. So you can see, you can feel that you tried to reach out and grab it, like you have the previous ones. And it's half a combination between it wasn't your hand that struck him down, and just the sheer strength of whatever it is that's down there pulling the soul as it gets stretched out and ravaged. You can tell, though, just by the nature of it, this wasn't a gentle caress into the afterlife. This was a ripping, violent thing. As much as he may have thought, hooray, I'm going to go join whatever this is, he is not having a good time.
Yeah, Gobs is going to have a bit of a face like, oh, no.
Yeah, not all gods take you kindly into their domain, no.
No, it's not that, Otho. You remember when we did those bandits in a while back?
Yes?
You remember how I ripped the soul out of one of their bodies?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I sort of had the instinct to try and do that when I saw that happening. Whatever was pulling on him pulled harder than I could. A lot harder than I could. It felt violent. I don't think he's going to enjoy whatever he's going to as much as he seemed to think.
Well, should have prayed to a better god then. Not my issue.
Speaking of, you had a weird face when I did that last time. I felt like you wanted to say something, but you didn't. Is that something we should take when we're out of here? This doesn't seem like the place to talk about that.
I am not comfortable with anything just trying to eat souls.
Yeah, please.
I'm going to investigate his corpse while they're debating this.
As you do, as you look through his robes, you can see that he has just your normal components and stuff. He is a necromancer, obviously, based off the different things, the runes and circles, magical circles you see he's carved into his own skin. But you can tell he's obviously not super proficient, right? This was a guy, there's rock stars and there's groupies. This was a groupie.
He was whatever the necromancer version is of a weeaboo.
Yeah. Yeah, he had some talent, obviously, because you think, like, okay, so he's probably the one who put the zombie traps, and maybe him and some of the other initial followers were the ones that carved the statues and set all that stuff up. So there is some skill here, but especially compared to you as you are now, rank amateur.
And does the name Durzul ring any bells in Abraham's noggin?
You can give me a history check, but it's going to be very difficult.
About a crit.
The only thing you would know, because he wouldn't have been very well documented at all, is that that's not a elvish name. That's not a devil name. It feels draconic.
So this rank amateur piece of crap necromancer could raise zombies but not much else. Was calling out to a potential draconically named being? Very odd. Durzul is not a demon or a god.
I mean, could he have just misread the books if he's that amateur?
He could be illiterate as hell, but I don't know. He's knew enough to carve these very arcane runes into his body, so I would argue against that. Something else is here. And it's likely down there.
Well, we still haven't found the ring. So
No, he doesn't have it. All he got is some crappy components. It's the most basic of stuff. Nothing of value.
Given how fervent his faith seemed, I'm kind of happy he didn't have a ring of do whatever you want. Also, Otho, the whole thing about swallowing souls, I don't know if that's exactly what it does. I know it takes them. Should I just not use that on anyone, or is there things where it's better, like demons and stuff? I don't know what it really means to do that.
I mean, with demons and devils and the like, if I recall correctly, they do return to that plane instead of just dying. So in those cases, if they are actively against us, I mean, I suppose, but for normal folk, most people don't deserve to be taken from their actual afterlife.
I see. I will be honest, I actually didn't know that it did that until we saw it do that.
Wait, we know as a party, we came across the knowledge that the Lich Necromancer guy was stealing souls.
Yeah.
Well, there is no afterlife for anybody who lives inside the sphere. This dome.
There is for me.
Maybe so. But most people will go somewhere else to be consumed. There are beings out there that feed on souls, apparently.
Alright, then we'll take his soul. He doesn't deserve to go to any afterlife. Or maybe hell.
I'm just taking them from one meat grinder and putting them into my own special little meat grinder.
I mean, now that Abraham does mention it, it might not be taking it into a meat grinder at all. Your option might actually be preferable with what he says. I didn't think about that, Abraham.
As far as I understand, it just takes it into the void, and I don't know what happens there because nothing is there, and I'm still struggling to understand the full ramification of that, but I believe it just pops them out there.
Could you maybe ask the void? I don't know if it talks.
I am able to speak to it, but I need to be in a very calm state of mind, and it happens when I sleep. That's sort of what I've gathered from how it's worked so far.
All right, well, later then.
I will bring it up. I promise. I do want clarified what actually happens to them.
Well, that's fine. I haven't completely considered all the options here, but I thank Abraham for bringing the point on board with mobbing the corpse singer.
Yeah, he seems like a rat bastard.
He's not the kind of person I want to leave. I know saying alive is kind of wrong, but you know.
Existing.
Correct.
And if he happens to be divine enough to hear what we're saying since we mentioned his name right now, fuck you.
No, fuck you!
Wait, that's his voice?
Shot it from Rue! Well, I say we move on. We have more things to kill and banish from this plane of existence.
Is this what being a paladin's like?
I wouldn't know.
I mean, fighting undead is kind of their thing, right?
Hmm.
So, do we form up and delve deeper into this place? I wanted to go for a cool thing there. I really did, but I couldn't think of anything.
Yeah, even though I really don't feel good for multiple reasons.
Yeah? Any of them you want to talk about? Bring up?
No.
Alright then. So, want to get back knee deep in the dead?
Sure.
I hate that turn of phrase you just invented, Gobs.
I'm trying out different things and none of them are working.
While walking around in corpses, there's usually not a lot that does work.
So before we head down this tunnel, let's go ahead and take a short 5-minute break. Abraham's Wi-Fi reset, so we need to give him a minute to do that. So real quick, short 5 minutes, because you are going to need the time.
Alright, I'm gonna quickly go to the bathroom then.
Do you guys know how difficult it is to play Talah right now? Where you would think it's very easy just not talking and not engaging. It's actually really difficult.
Yes, we know.
Yeah,
I've
doing
done
great,
it on
though.
Gobx. But yes, it is very frustrating when you want to add to a situation and remember, no, wait, I can't. I'm supposed to be like really depressed right now.
Yeah, either that or you'd have to do it in a super explosive way when you just get fed up with something. Like, I know! I get it!
Actually, those are great moments. If you want to go that route, I fully support it. So does Gobs, because Gobs really wants to see you get really angry at Nate for that. But she can't say that because she's also Nate's friend, so she also doesn't want to give him too much shit for it.
Oh, just push Talah. Find out what happens.
But at the same time, she wants to do that when we're not in mortal danger.
Yeah.
Will. Nate did nothing wrong.
I mean, there's a reason why Talah kind of brushed past that whole thing. When Abe was like, you should talk about this. No, not right now.
I'll say once we're out of this place and we're, camping somewhere, then Gobs will approach her about it.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
She's half orc. We need the raids to subside.
No, the rage needs to be let out.
I am back.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Alright,
We're taking a
bathroom.
small break.
Sin, how do you think the session's going? How are the characters doing?
Oh, you're terrified. Your character is having a mental breakdown back there.
Oh, hell yeah. Like, when
having a
has
fun
she
time.
not been
Dave's doing
having...
fine. None of
When
this
has
bothers
she
him
not
really.
been having a mental breakdown in this campaign? Like, come on. Can she just have a break? Maybe? No?
Yes. Nate is just trying to be a real boy.
Uh-huh. Sure he is.
He's just honest. There's nothing wrong in honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Testing. I think I lost connection again.
It's alright.
Maybe. You're back now? Don't walk on the sun. That's gonna hurt.
But Othokent is the sunshine boy.
Testing.
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 As long as it's not maths.
Hello.
Hello.
As long as it's not math.
But don't you act now. Surprised I'm running out.
Hey
Testing.
now.
You're an
Testing.
all-star.
I can't hear anybody now.
Test,
Hey,
test,
sexy.
test, test, test.
Taste.
Can tell you guys are in trouble whenever I stand up at my
You
desk.
know, think
We should not engage into giving gobs the name Gobstar. I'm sorry, chat.
Oh no. You're the gobsa. Get the show
No.
on.
No,
Get hit.
no. What did I just say? No.
Who are we waiting on?
All that glitters is gobs.
Only weird arms bring a bush home.
Yeah.
I mean, Doc, you back yet?
I went to the shit shack.
A dock star instead of a gobstar? Because then we're talking about Othokent, and he's kind of the main guy right now. I'll say that's an alternative.
But Abraham is the lead.
Yeah, but isn't this like Othokent's thing?
Nah.
Even
Nah.
if it is Othokent's thing, Othokent should not be in front. Othokent is the keep aliver.
Fine, just put Talah in front, see what happens.
Talah, be a meat shield.
Hey now, you're a doctor and a lizard.
Yeah!
Get slayed.
No!
The fuck, Nick?
Get the job done. Get paid.
Well, now we know where Nate's allegiances is. He wants Othokent to die.
No. Nate wants to die.
No.
I mean, at least
Does
he'll
he
be
wanna
happy.
Die, or does he just want Talah to be alone?
Yes.
Oh. No. Nate doesn't want to die. That's just me leaking through.
And maybe nobody dies.
Oh no, somebody's dying today.
Is it Talah?
We'll just have to see how the dice roll.
Well,
Oh,
alright,
Shooting
if someone...
Nate.
If
In that
someone
case,
dies,
it is gonna be Talah.
If someone's gotta die, I vote the carry. There we go.
Yes.
But that would mean that he's here, right?
Well, if he dies, I don't care where the fuck he is.
He's just flying around somewhere and suddenly falls over dead.
Yeah, suddenly just split.
It's
Yeah,
the same
sorry
logic
guys, my big bad had a heart attack for some reason. I don't know why.
It's the same logic I have with spiders. The ones I don't see are not my problem.
Well, okay then.
It's true.
I believe you. Also, we've
Go ahead.
had like 5 or 6 nat 20s. 1,
I know,
2,
it's been crazy
3,
today.
4,
Just
5.
because I am here.
5 and nat 1s. 1, 2. I'm just checking checks, by the way. 2.
Oh yeah, something interesting. It's kind of impressive how much you can make your players worry about an encounter with a challenging free creature by simply only letting them have base, well, actually, no equipment when they're level 9.
Huh?
I had all the kids go into a kind of dream prison, and they had to fight a guard to get out of it. And they didn't have any of their equipment, so they had to try and punch down a guy in full plate. It took them like 6 rounds.
Are like because I don't should be able to hear the music. Can you guys hear the music?
I can hear the
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Chat's saying they can't hear it.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, you could check stream views settings and how loud it hears the music.
Yeah.
I can hear it on stream. Ah. Yeah, okay, that's what Nirvana means.
Okay, good, because I didn't want it drowning out the players, and that gives me an idea of where the volume needs to be for other things.
Oh no, Hera.
So here's my question: like, are Danish minutes longer than American minutes, or is Doc just really bad at time?
It's just Doc.
here.
Oh.
I said I needed to go to the bathroom, and I'm back now.
I know, I'm just giving you a hard time. All right, I think we've got everybody. Sin, are you back? Is your Wi-Fi behaving?
It seems like it.
All right, excellent.
Guys, if you need me to give it a
music.
spanking, just say.
Spank, spank.
Awesome. All right, so you guys.
So has anybody attempted to talk to Talah about her little freak out she's going through this entire time?
I have put it on my short list for once we're out of mortal danger.
Othokent
Talah
does not-
has protection from evil and good on her.
Othokent does not know what to say since emotions are still kind of new. He is not a mental health professional, and
He's a
He's not a
doctor, not a
woman.
therapist.
correct, and
She
he's not a
does
woman.
not.
So
Yeah, I mean,
guess
women,
Honda's smart, I
right?
forgot.
Antala?
no, on drusukker.
Dorsal?
Correct, that guy.
Actually, actually, I do think that Gobx would walk up to Talah for a moment.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Hey, Talah, do you mind if we talk for a moment, just the two of us?
Shouldn't we just continue?
Well, yes, but I do want to talk to you. It's just a moment. It's going to take a few minutes, okay? Just like 2 minutes. That's all I'm asking.
Sure.
Let's just hit back a little up the hallway, up to the opener room. We don't have to move the tokens. Just we're heading back, so the others are not right there in the room.
Okay.
Hey, you can't possibly. be okay with that fucked up revelation, right?
I'm fine.
Look, I don't think you necessarily are fine. Not as fine as you likely want to be.
Gobs,
Look,
I don't want to talk about it.
I know you don't, and we're not going to talk more about it now. Just, I do want to actually have a conversation with you about this once we're out of here.
There's nothing to talk about.
I think there is.
Gobs, stop pushing it.
I mean, if you'd rather bottle it up, you're free to do so.
Talah's gonna walk past Gobs. Back into the room.
No, you're not, because Gobs is already walking back at that point.
Oh, well, great. Then she will linger for a bit until you're actually gone. And then move back.
Alright, let's form up and get through the rest of this. Same procedure as before.
I
You
I will
had your
say
chance
one
to
thing-
discuss things. It's too late now.
One thing to notice is as you're walking, it is slanting down.
I'll bring up the rear like usual.
Thank you, Otho.
I'm sorry, Talah. Let me just
We're not
reapply
talking
this.
about this now.
No, I know. I'm just reapplying this. It just as you're walking past, just
Take my spell
Nope.
slots, please. There's some growling at the head.
Peeking around the corner.
that's more than mildly unsettling.
Peek around the corner again.
Again, this is ramping down the whole time.
Just keep snailing around, but we are going down.
What language is this?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do not speak it.
Okay.
You do not speak it.
That was Nate.
Okay. Nobody speaks it so far.
Is a goblin a common?
No.
That's druidic.
Actually, it is common. Actually, it is goblin. What?
Is it orc?
Nope.
It's
Draconic?
Screamish.
Nope.
But it's Orcus.
It's probably Inferno or something.
It's abyssal.
Ah,
Infernal? Yeah, no. It's abyssal.
You're alright, it does sound
Right.
kinda abysmal.
The
Pretty
guy
terrible.
had something for his throat.
Lozenge. Orcus, send me a lozenge.
And this is when we learn this is just an infernal order of fries and burgers.
I have a number 4.
I have a number 9, a number 9 lunch, number 6 with extra dip.
There you go.
Peek. Okay, I understood the word Orcus.
We're going quite
Keep
far
the I hear
down.
goob in there somewhere.
a moment. Something's going wrong here.
Krimpa.
The title is untitled.
How did Nate look up the name of the sound file?
How did Nate talk to chat? Anyone else hearing that? It's very loud.
Yeah.
Hearing... Gobx is yelling, hearing what?
Yeah, you guys are all obviously hearing this at this point. All right, and at this point, I'm going to turn it down so that you can hear me better, and I'll describe what you guys see as you come through the next corridor. You see a large room, and it's very clean. It's lit with that purplish blue torch fire all across it that you've been seeing. Notable things that you see, there is an altar. Sitting on the altar, you can, even at the great distance you're at, you can make out two things. One is a very ornate vase with gold and mithril inlay that is sitting there. You can also see a silver ring with three different gemstones in it. On the other side of this altar, you see a large statue of Orcus. One thing to notice about this statue is it is missing one of its horns. If you remember, Dr. Burke told you the story about him finding the horn of Orcus, and he tripped and fell on it, and that's what turned him into the Lich. This is very likely where he got the horn, which if that's the case, him going through the transition to Lichdom, probably how that ring fell off of his finger, and why he didn't have it with him by the time he got his will back and could transform from a normal zombie into the Lich that he is, and then pursued trying to get back in the good graces of the Raven Queen. Sitting in front of this altar is a red dragon. And that's where the chanting sound is coming from that you hear. It's a prayer of supplication. You can pick up the name Orcus in his chant. So he's obviously chanting to the demon god of undead. And what's strange is as he's sitting there, he's kind of sitting on his hind legs, right? With his front legs pushed up like normal. And his head is swaying back and forth, neck outstretched, a nose pointed towards the ceiling. And his head is just kind of limp as he sways back and forth as he makes this chant. And you can see all of that necrotic energy is gathered towards the roof of this domed cathedral you guys are in. And all of that necrotic energy is swirling into its face and nostrils. You can see black ichor bleeding out between his scales as his physicalness is starting to rot and decay as he is engorging himself on this necromantic energy given to him by the demon god Orcus.
I'm going to turn back to Abraham. Abe, aren't all
Yes.
the red dragons dead?
Not all of them, but the big one.
Okay, so they are around. I thought they were all dead.
Not that I'm aware of. Just the big ancient leader.
Yeah, fail toward the slaying.
Well, to be fair that you're still out in this one. Either way, do we try the same as we did with the other guy? Just walk up, say, hey, we're here looking for a thing. Let us take it and we'll leave.
This
It's
dragon.
It's a big chanting red dragon.
I see. Well, dragons are notoriously jealous and they want to keep their stuff. And this one's praying to a god of undeath, or being of undeath. So I don't think he's going to be too forthcoming with any negotiating attempts. We should be prepared for immediate violence.
Why would a dragon do that?
Oh, I fully plan on it. My current plan is give him the offer, just to be able to say that we gave him the chance. If he says no, immediate turn to gratuitous violence. Because he also looks like he's kind of half rotting from all the necrotic energy, so I think he might not be an alive red dragon.
Oh.
But we've met other undeads who were nice. That one lich guy in the fancy suit. Whom we're
Lich also killed me, so we're 50-50 on the nice scale here.
Yeah, actually no, it is leaning towards the mean because all the undeads we met here were mean. You only really met one guy who wasn't. Either way, so we give them the offer. If they start making demands or start doing the whole villain talk, I just start shooting. How about that? Everyone on board with that plan?
Uh-huh. Have fun.
Otho, you okay with this? He seems to be chanting to Orcus, the god of death. Would you rather we just bust a cap in his tail?
I do not mind giving anyone a chance to redeem themselves.
It's not so much redeeming, it's more like, let us just rummage through your things for the thing we're looking for and we'll leave.
Indeed.
So we're not asking him to stop this or anything, unless you want us to just do that.
I would rather him just stop and then realize that another path in life might be better. But as it stands, whatever advantage we can get, we should go for. So let's try and talk first.
Alright, so the original plan still stands. If he starts just getting angry and making demands, we just start shooting.
Indeed.
Alright, roger that. That is what we're doing. If anyone has any reservations, now's the time to voice them.
Also, go ahead and drop yourselves on the map as you guys are entering in at the north side of everything.
Sort of front and center is what I imagine.
Yep.
And given what we've seen our own little dragon do, they breathe stuff, so maybe spread out?
Sounds like a plan.
Alright. Hey, big red dragon guy.
It stops immediately. Its head turns, and you can see that milky white eye take you in. We're going to go ahead and need to roll initiative.
Yeah, he's not wanting to talk.
He's already picking up dice. Oh, we're screwed.
Oh no, not the dice. Well,
So
first
that's
we need
22.
the
right.
initiative bar.
Yeah, that's right. My bad. I'll just put in the 22 once it's there.
You're not going to put it in. I'm not showing it to you on purpose.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Do keep in mind that I rolled twice because I have advantage, and
Yeah.
just toggling advantage doesn't work.
Yeah, that's fine. There. Abraham's there. Talah is there. Neat is there. Otho?
Yeah, just a sec.
Otho
Hang on.
Pimp.
All right. As we begin to enter combat. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Nate, it's your turn, sir.
Yeah, well, so
As
hostilities
when
then.
it I will say when it stopped singing, its head looked over and then it snaked around and it is taking an obvious aggressive stance.
Yeah. Just gonna move a bit to the side.
Yeah, hostilities, we already tried. You're good.
And then a good old plink. Yeah, nah.
Yes, unfortunately that does not hit. That second shot does, however.
And then I can use my favorite foe.
Okay.
Damage and favorite foe damage. That was terrible. Okay.
All right, what was the total damage done?
13. Also... Is this the same thing?
Sorry, that was not meant to be a link. My bad.
Yeah, okay. The other thing I'm going to be doing next turn, because I forgot in which order I should be doing it. So that's my bad.
You should still have Hunter's Mark up where you can move it as a bonus action, correct?
No.
No?
He is concentrating on protection on Talah.
Ah, okay. Cool. All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Yeah, so your first arrow glances off his very thick armor without much impact. The second armor does find a hole in it, and it does hurt him, right? You can see blood and the black ichor leaking out from where that arrow stuck in, but he doesn't seem very fazed by it. And to be clear, this is giving you an idea of how tough he is, not that he's not taking the damage fully. It's
Yeah.
just, oh, you shot me with an arrow. I'm a big scary dragon. So, does that make sense?
Yep.
So don't misconstrue that as he has damage reduction. It's just he doesn't flinch from it at all. It's an arrow. It's not a.
It
Monster,
doesn't need
monster.
damage reduction when you have hundreds of health.
Yep. Your ranger just shot me, and I want to know what you're gonna do about it. Gobs, it is your turn.
Well, I'm gonna stop moving. To there, and I'm just quickly gonna measure. That will not help. So from this distance, I'm firing off some Eldritch Blasts at it.
Okay, please do so.
2 blasts. Oh, they still have the bless on it. Ignore the +2.
All right, the first one hits. The second one does not.
Yeah, bless is only a minute, right?
Yeah, sadly.
Eight points of force damage. And I'm using a Fury of the Small to add 3 additional for 11.
Okay.
I have no more Fury of the Small.
Excellent, excellent. Anything else you'd like to do?
Yes, I do have one thing. I should have done that first, but I'm doing it now. Actually, wait, let me check if I even can do that. No, I can't do that. I'm too far away. Never mind. Nothing else.
Okay. He is going to use a legendary action
to surrender.
Yes, you've convinced him. Oh, it hurts. And he is going to turn into shadows. The shadows will then recoalesce, and he appears right here.
Spoopy.
Oh, how fun.
Anything else you'd like to do?
He did that middle of my turn then?
I thought that was the end of your turn.
Yeah, then I can't do anything else. But that's why I'm asking if he did it middle of my turn. I can actually do something now.
No, it would have been the end of your turn because they can only take legendary actions at the end of somebody's turn.
Yeah, then I
That's
can.
why I asked specifically if your turn was over.
Okay, then no, I have nothing else I want to do.
Okay. All right. So after that legendary action, it is time for a layer action. He looks at all of you and smiles and just says, Nazkrakatul. And everybody needs to make a DC 15 strength saving throw. Nate?
Yeah, 1 sec.
All right, so Othokent and Nate, you are not infected by this as you're able to pull away from them. But for everyone else, the shadows begin to coalesce in the screaming faces of damned souls as they reach up and grab you. Until the beginning of the dragon's next turn, you are restrained. Your movement is 0, and you have disadvantage on any dexterity saving throws. I'm sorry, it's until the next layer action. I apologize. It's not the end of his next turn, it's the layer action. So basically, your next turn, your movement is reduced to 0, and you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws until the next layer action.
Well, shit.
With that, it is now the dragon's turn.
Oh boy.
Disgusting.
Wow. Protection from evil and good does nothing against this.
No.
Oof.
How big a cone is a breath attack again?
Depends on the dragon.
Oh, Cat wants to leave the room. 1 sec.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I appreciate whoever drew
Back.
that. So, Talah, Othokent, Abraham,
course.
dexterity saving throw with disadvantage as he exhales his shadow breath.
Didn't I make my save?
Oh, no, you have advantage. You have, it's normal for you. Yes.
Yay.
Was
Can
nice
I
knowing
use
you
my
guys.
one of my inspirations on
No.
Talah's save?
No. No. Let's let this play out. Let's see where it goes.
No.
All right. For those of you that made the save or did not make the save, you take 34 points. Oh, the save was 17, by the way. So that's Abraham and Talah both fail. So you take 35 points of necrotic damage. If you made the save, you will take 17.
Yay, I'm resistant to necrotic damage.
And that would be the end of his turn. Abraham, would you like to make a death saving throw for me?
Are you kidding me?
I don't know what the DC is. What is it?
10.
10.
It's always
10
dead.
and higher is a success.
Yep.
Yes.
So you have made one saving throw. Good job. Othokent.
Yeah, you know what? Abraham seems to be...
Before you go, he is going to Shadow Step again for his secondary legendary action. He's going to move himself right there.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Now it's your turn.
Get a life! Anyways, Abraham is currently down. That's not good, so I'm gonna get him up. You know what? Swing for the fences, as they say. Wow, that's bad. Well, I take 10 points of necrotic damage, and Abraham is healed for 20.
All right. Abraham,
Doesn't
you
it
have
say
20 hit
2
points.
times damage plus 5?
Yeah,
So
because
what-
I'm
so
a
it'd be-
life domain cleric.
So it'd be 25.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah,
Abraham, you have 25 hit points, and you're back on your feet.
On my back, but yeah.
Don't forget to put that point of exhaustion on.
Oh yeah, -1 to everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dear Lord, this is terrible. I'm gonna stand somewhere that's not here. At least try and spread out in some direction. That was action and movement. Can't use my bonus action for anything in this case. Ooh. Well, that's my turn.
So, are we to presume that this thing is undead?
You can give me an investigation check, but it'll eat your bonus action if you want to. Actually, Abraham, I'll let you go ahead and do that. If you want to give me an Arcana check on that. It doesn't have the typical hallmarks of being undead. So it looks like it was absorbing necrotic energy. But it looks like the stuff you're seeing is it being corrupted by that energy, not that it is undead. Alright, Othokent, anything else left for your turn?
Now I only have my bonus action left, and I can't do anything with it.
Alrighty. Talah, it is your turn.
Oh boy! Isn't that just great? She's currently just very scared of a lot of different things. Well, I'm first gonna move so we're a bit further spread out, I think. And then she's gonna use her sling, because again, she's still scared to use her magic, for now at least. Makes sense.
Roll another attack.
Okay.
Roll damage.
Oh,
I'm gonna hit Gobs, aren't I?
Gobs, you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you get hit in the back of the head with a rock from Talah's sling.
Alright.
Also, she is not looking good at all.
I've always thought Talah was kind of cute, but you know.
Yeah, but you know, with 3 HP, it's kind of difficult to look any kind of good.
Gobs is going to give you a weird look for a moment, and then turn her attention back to the dragon.
So that's the end of your turn.
Yes.
The end of your turn. Dragon's going to do another legendary action. Hey, Gobs.
What's up?
Would you like to make a dexterity saving throw, please?
No, thank you.
I said please, so do it.
You asked if I
Would
would
you
like.
kindly?
6.
You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as the dragon beats his wings, and just the sheer force of it knock you to the ground. So you are prone, and you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Another 11 or just the 11?
The original 11.
Alright.
Awesome. And it would be Nate's turn.
Don't worry about it. Oh wait, I still have the protection thing. That didn't cross over
Well-
to this token. There we go.
Nate the bodyguard is kicking the fuck in. First of all, that's all his movement. Secondly, playing a warrior. And here the bow shots go.
That hits.
With the favorite foe and the planar warrior. So what's that? 20 points of force damage.
Very nice. This sinks in pretty good to his neck, and he's you've got his attention now.
I don't want his attention, but I need to do something about him. Favorite foe is every shot, right? No, the first time. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the first.
So disregard that.
Okay.
So 10 points of regular damage, piercing. And that is Nate's turn right now.
Excellent. So your 2 arrow shots hit, and now like these sink deeper, and it's starting to gush a bit more of that blood and ichor. He's still healthy, but it wasn't like that first time where he was just like, "Oh, an arrow." Now he's like, "Oh, you." And with it being the end of your turn, he is going to shadow step once more.
No, thank you.
How many does he have?
He has 3 legendary actions per round. And that's his third
It's
one.
It's a new
That only
round.
uses 1 point. Jesus Christ.
As he fades and he now appears in front of the 2 of you. And it is now Gobs' turn.
Can we all agree that we're gonna hit the Lich whenever we see him again?
Half my movement to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Were you one of the ones
Okay.
who failed the save?
I am, yes. So that means it's 0, right?
Correct. So I'll let you stand up because they're grabbing your legs, but you won't be able to actually move.
Okay, then I'll take my
That
bonus
also reminds
action.
me, you guys shouldn't have moved. Everybody but Otho. I think it was Otho and Nate were able to move, but nobody else was.
Oh, right, because of the lair action.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
okay. I should have said it, so you're good, Talah.
What type of lighting is in this room?
Torchlight.
So you would say it's dim light?
Sure.
Alright. In that case, instead, I am going to use my bonus action to use my Cloak of Shadows. It allows me to teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that I can see that is also in dim light or darkness.
Go for it.
That is 30 feet. I am now flanking.
Awesome.
And I still have my action. So I'm going to start attacking.
Go for it.
Unfortunately, the dragon is immune to being flanked, so...
No, he's not immune to that.
Actually, give me just a moment. I want to check a thing. Actually, I'm going to not just attack. I'm going to use a cantrip, Booming Blade.
Okay.
It's still accompanied by an attack.
That hits.
For that amount of slashing.
Mm-hmm.
6 points of thunder damage on top. And if he moves, for any reason, through any means, he takes 2d8 points of thunder damage as well.
The
No
black
save.
ichor and crimson red blood is beginning to pour out of him at this point, as he is definitely taking considerable damage from these attacks from you two from the last few rounds.
Alright. And I have no more actions, so that is my turn.
All right. Layer action time. Everybody's favorite, right?
Totally.
Not really, no.
Let's see. Which are we going to do this time? He just raises his head and says, Zoom Karad. And everybody needs to make a wisdom saving throw. DC 15. As that saying he said just echoes off the walls and beats into your brains.
That
Well,
was not.
shit.
That was not supposed to be with advantage, but I do have inspiration.
Is it a charm effect?
That's actually good.
It's a fear effect.
Well, hey, Talah has advantage on that, right?
Well, I already rolled a nat 20. Fala is too afraid
Okay.
of other shit right now.
Um,
Uh,
so can I use an
wisdom.
inspiration to re-roll the 5?
Yes.
There we go.
Okay, so Abraham and Othokent, you are frightened.
Oh, fuck.
Everybody else saved, so you're good. It is now the dragon's turn itself. So first, let's see if he gets his breath back. He does.
no, it doesn't.
Yeah,
Why
he
are you
does.
lying?
He will flap his wings and fly over here.
He takes
Uh.
2d8 point of thunder damage immediately.
Roll it, and you get an attack of opportunity. So give me all of
Yes,
that.
I do.
Actually, let me look.
13 points of thunder damage, and now you get the attack of opportunity as well. That's a crit.
Okay. You'd actually go
Uh,
right here.
Let me just check. Okay, I don't have Eldritch Smite, otherwise I would have smited there.
42.
So
You need
that
the
amount.
fucking cone again.
Really? He got to recharge that already? Piece of
Yep.
shit. Lucky ass motherfucker.
I don't know what angle you're going for.
Yeah,
And
it's
how
that,
long
it's
it-
that one. He's going to get everybody but Talah.
He did just take 31 damage, if that matters.
Oh, yeah,
Everyone.
he's really upset. Everybody but Talah. Yeah.
How?
If you move it to the right
Ow.
more, right there, it gets everybody but Talah.
That's barely Gobx.
Still, everything works in
Anyways,
squares.
It's
yeah.
in my square.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I rule
fine.
it that way
That's
for
fine.
you guys, so.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
I mean, if we go by technicality, it would point like over here and then jaggedly and then down, depending on how long it is.
Yeah. You know what? Let's be fair then. I'll put him here. And he'll get just the three of you then. So, he will do a Shadow Breath once more. Abraham, Nate and Gobs. Dexterity saving throws, please.
If he knocks down Abraham again, I'm gonna cry.
I'll use an inspiration.
Ugh. Okay, so Nate and Gobs, you make the save. So Abraham, you take 55 points of shadow damage.
Holy!
Yeah, it was a big one. He rolled really high.
Wait,
Is there overkill in
No.
D&D 5?
Yeah,
I
if
mean,
you go
it-
to
there
if you go to
is-
negative your max HP, you die outright. No death saves, you're just dead.
Getting close.
And for everybody else that made it, you take 28 points?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or no, 27 points.
What was the total? 55?
Yeah, it's 55. You know what? I'm lying to you. I rolled too much. Sorry. Give me a second. I'm going to re-roll it. Hold on.
Rolls even more.
Don't remember what I was at before. 49, I think.
plus 17. So
It would have been 47 points, Abraham. And then for everybody else, it would be 23.
I mean, Abraham's still at 0.
Yeah. No, I rolled 12d8 instead of 10d8. Sorry. And that's the end of his turn. At the end of his turn, he is going to use a legendary action.
He
Nate.
can't at the end of his own turn.
He can't do it at the end of his own turn? Okay. Cool. Then Abraham, it is your turn.
you don't have Sentinel.
He fails his death
I
saving throw.
do not.
Dang it.
Not yet. I prioritize just stat increases for now.
Holy shit!
All right.
Once we hit level 8, I will.
Otho, it is your turn, my friend.
I swear to God, you big smelly piece of shit snake, stop trying to kill Abraham! Hope was annoyed.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
12. I'm casting Aura Vitality. And I'm using my bonus action to use it to heal my dear friend that I don't want to fucking die. I'm rolling like shit.
So do I have to fight my way out of the negatives, or am I just at 0?
You're just
Just
a
go
zero.
to 0. It's just if you go to 0 and then take spillover damage that would have been equal to your max HP, that is the massive damage. That is just in core rules. There's a different version, but that's much more punishing.
Anyways, that's my turn. I've used my stuff.
And so with that aura, bonus action. Okay, so Abraham's got 9 hit points in his backup.
Actually, you know what? Just before I finish,
Talah, it is your turn.
Okay.
He's in really bad shape. After that move where he tried to get away from Gobs, between her hit and the thunder damage popping off, like he fell to the ground. And then drug himself up and then did his breath again. So he is in very bad shape at this point.
All right. Please don't be corrupted or anything. Right on top of him. Moonbeam.
So what is he doing?
He is rolling a con save.
Oh yeah, you
Right.
don't have protection up anymore.
Oh. Good to know.
I couldn't even make that save, so
Yeah, well,
there's no
fair.
reason to roll it.
Fair.
He fails.
So he takes 9 points of radiant damage.
Of radiant damage? It's radiant,
Radiant.
damage? Talah, how do you want to do this?
Well, I don't know whether my moonbeam is affected by whatever the hell we're in currently.
It is not.
So, praying to whatever good aligned to God will listen. That her moonbeam is just what it's supposed to be. She's gonna point up at the ceiling, sky, and bring down a beam of moonlight right on top of the dragon.
So
And I'm very bad at it.
So
describing how
piercing
something dies.
through the tombs and desecrated ground above comes this just pure reflected sunlight.
Moonlight.
I understand that, which is reflected sunlight. I know how physics work. Thank you, Talah.
Moonlight.
As this beam of moon energy lands directly on the dragon, and as he squirms, screaming in a tongue you don't understand, and then he stops moving, and he falls, and the necrotic energy just burns off of him, leaving a red dragon, a young red dragon laying there, dead at your guys' feet.
And then Talah's gonna fall to her knees. Exhausted. And I don't think she keeps concentration on Moonbeam either. It's just gone again.
Alright, everyone, we're spending a moment to get everyone back to good, healthy states. We're starting off with Abraham.
Sure.
And now I roll max.
Talah's getting healed for 15 by Nate.
So is all that aura going to him?
So far, those 4 start.
Give me a second.
Yeah, sure. Or those 3, I suppose, not 4. I just want to put everyone above bloodied, then I'm quite happy.
You can stop with that.
Alright. Then Gobs.
Okay, give me a moment. Yep.
Alright. Just when we are above the... Alright,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm in now above half.
And then Nathaniel. 14. 9. 11 C's.
Is that all for me?
Yeah, those 3 are.
Uh,
Are you above half?
yes, I'm almost at full.
Oh, beautiful. Let's see, I have 1 left. Talah gets the last turn of the aura. What a nice 12 to round off things. Combined with Nathaniel's pretty good healing of, well, 15. It's 27 points of health. How's Talah doing?
Talah's above half.
And
Bye.
another one. That wasn't the spell. That was the spell. Another 9.
By
Nine.
Lathander, that was horrifying.
Yeah, but feel kind of great now that we killed it. We just killed a fucking dragon.
Yeah.
We can officially call ourselves Dragon Slayers.
Indeed.
But there was something wrong with that dragon.
Don't care still counts.
Of course there was something wrong with it. It was an Orcus celebrating temple praying to God knows what. Well, Orcus, I guess. Good job finishing it off, Talah.
Hey, Nate.
Hmm?
You hear a female singing voice in your head.
Do you guys hear that singing?
I hear the ringing in my ears from it yelling. Is that what you're hearing?
And
Roaring? The dragon's roar?
everybody except for Nate can do a perception check if you'd like.
There.
And I'd give Talah advantage on this because of how close Talah is to Nate, if she's willing to look.
Close physically or?
Physically.
Perception was, right?
Yep. So yeah, Othokent, Milla, and Talah all notice there's light glowing out of his sword sheath.
Oh. That's
Uh,
interesting.
Nate, I think your sword is calling you.
Really?
Yeah, pick it up.
Okay.
I imagine it's like a cell phone. Just swipe on it, put it to your ear.
I'm sorry, Talah. Yeah, sure. Unsheath the sword.
As you unsheath it, you'll notice that it's changed. It's a bit more ornate than the last time you pulled it out. Even the hilt has slightly changed shape, and there's many more runes on it.
Huh.
I'll send you the new stats.
Jesus.
You could send a 5-page PDF.
That's
No,
its new
but
look.
oh, that's cool.
It's up to you if you want to share it or not.
I might. People are nice. Okay, that's fucking cool. See, the thing is, Nate has an intent for this sword. He's not keen on using it for anything else. Which might be a waste. Would the name still be Awakened?
No, this is the Ascendant version.
Ascendant.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
So the dragon is laying dead at your feet. I will say the other thing that has happened is that the necrotic energy has fled out the hole the moonbeam punched in the ceiling. The statue of Orcus has crumbled. It's just laying there as a pile of rubble.
Can we actually see the sky?
Through the hole, yeah.
What does it look like?
You see a bright full moon and a starlit sky.
There's just a slight smile on Talah's face, but
Yep.
it fades pretty quickly.
Yep. And the only things else that's in the room is the ring, and the vase.
I'm going to grab both of them. Also, I'm going to look to see if I can find a tip of the horn. I don't care if it's completely inert. I just want a small piece that looks like the horn.
Which horn? The dragon's horns or the Orcus horn?
Orcus horn, if at all possible. I don't care if it doesn't work or there's no magic in it. I just want the stone piece that looks like it.
Oh, it's not stone. It is horn.
Oh, even better. Can I grab it? Can I grab that?
Yes, you can. Is anybody gonna stop Gobs from trying to grab the horn from the Orcus statue?
No!
I just want to give the guy a souvenir. He pierced himself on one of these.
You are not going to grab the statue of an old evil god and think it does anything good.
No, I'm planning on breaking it.
Don't do that! Gods are vengeful bastards, especially when they're evil.
We just killed his priest. I think we're already on his shit list.
He has plenty of priests. They don't look like him. His statues do.
All right, fine.
Hold on, just real quick. Othokent, give me a religion check. Abraham, give me an Arcana check. I know you're kind of out of it, but you're hearing this, and your brain would kick in. Okay. The Horn of Orcus. There's 2 of them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the other Horn of Orcus, touching it would be about the worst thing he could possibly do. If she touches it, and it is a Horn of Orcus, it will attach to her, consume her, and turn her into something horrific. Additionally, they cannot be destroyed by any known means.
What if the arm eats it?
I am going to share this in... Oh, sorry.
If Abraham is willing to toy with those 2 things, that's entirely up to you guys. But I've given you that information. What you choose to do as Gobs is starting to go around the altar to pick it up, that's this moment. So you do what you choose to do at this point.
I'll say she has stopped now that people are saying things, so...
Othokent's gonna detail what the hell will happen to her if it's the actual other Horn of Orcus. And that's not a risk he's willing to take.
Yeah, that sounds bad. That's not worth the joke.
Correct. But you can take a picture and we can carve one out of stone and then you can give that to him.
I
Or
think
stab him with it.
I'll just take a picture and give him that. It feels like the moment sort of already lost.
I don't know. I just don't want you to be some kind of Orcus abomination.
Can I shoot at it at least?
I mean, as long as you don't hit the horn, I think. I don't think it'll care, but...
What happens if I shoot the horn?
From what I know, they're unbreakable.
So nothing?
Either that or I might reflect it back.
I'm gonna try and sort of sense what the arm feels about this. Do you think you could consume that thing? Like, destroy it? Is that a thing you think you can do? If not, we're not doing it.
You get a feeling that while the arm is willing to consume anything, that is one of the exceptions.
All right, I won't force you to do anything you don't want.
When you grab the ring, you will notice it does have 3 rubies on it. 2 of them are dim and not very shiny. One of them brightly shines. Do you grab the vase that's there?
What is this vase thing he was praying to?
There is a small, like brass placard attached to the vase, like that's on it.
Can I read anything on it?
Sure, it has a name. It has the name of Gideon Lugdol on it.
Gideon Lugdol. Isn't that the lich who killed you, Abraham?
I didn't kill nobody, no lich. I
No,
was
the
dead.
lich that killed you. Wasn't that his name?
Yeah, Gideon Lockdoll.
Yeah, this vase has his name on it.
What?
Abraham, Arcana check.
What's
Phylactery?
pissing him off again? Wait,
Yeah,
it's a
it's
phylactery.
probably his phylactery.
Break it.
Break
Then
it!
we can get rid of him.
Destroy it!
Oh, wait.
Cover it in holy water.
Wait, I might have a better idea. Should I try and get the arm to eat it?
It would eat his soul.
Meaning he doesn't get to go to his beloved god's realm.
I have a conscience. God.
I He
After what?
already killed one of us, and he's a worshipper of a demon devil god. And we already
I know,
established
but
that
it's someone's soul.
we already established that morally, what I'm doing is better than he would normally have gone to.
So, as a note, Abraham, with your Arcana check, you also know that like destroying a phylactery just means the next time he's destroyed, he can't regenerate. If he's regenerated and out there in the world, destroying it doesn't do a whole lot because then he can just go make another one.
Yes, but it currently houses his soul, and if his soul is eaten, he can't put that soul anywhere else.
It's been like 3 weeks since you guys fought him.
Right. The phylactery still contains a soul, whether or not he's been reborn. It's not like his soul travels with him. The phylactery is a container for his soul.
Right, but if you destroy it, it does not destroy the lich.
If the arm eats it,
If the arm eats it, that still doesn't necessarily destroy the lich.
right. But he won't be able to make a new one or return to life again. He's mortal.
It
My
will
soul would
likely
be gone, is what he's saying.
No,
it will
so
likely make us his mortal enemy.
Because liches, if you destroy the phylactery, but their body's not destroyed, they have a time frame to which they can just go make another phylactery.
But that requires them putting their soul into the other phylactery.
Into another phylactery. If his soul is eaten by the arm, as per what we already established the arm can do,
It may or may not work. Is what I'm trying to say. So keep in mind that it may or may not be able to contain his soul. A normal soul, yes, but a soul that has already been mastered by necrotic energy is going to have a chance to resist that.
What
That's
I'm hearing
completely
is that it's better to keep the thing around.
It's up to you guys. I'm just saying, if you guys want to go that route,
Leverage!
by all means. It's just, that might work where if you go and kill him and then smash the phylactery, that will work, right? So just know that's not, it's not a guarantee that the arm eating it will keep the soul.
In that case, I have another idea. You remember that bottomless pit inside the city?
yes, that would just mean that his phylactery would be down there.
Which means that he will be when he's reborn by it, he will also be down there forever falling, right?
We don't
Is that
know
how it
what's
works?
down there.
To my knowledge, it's endless.
Yes, but he's a spellcaster. You think he can't teleport?
Maybe? Is there a distance limit on teleport?
Not really.
Do liches just show up where the phylactery is?
Yes.
Huh.
Maybe I'll eat the phylactery. No.
No.
We're not doing that.
So-
Ben.
If we put the phylactery in a bag of holding or a different plane,
They would go there.
yeah, okay.
So it would be better to bring it along with us when we find him, then destroy it, then kill him. Right?
Sure.
Yes.
Maybe we can use it as a bargaining chip.
So as you
No.
guys stand there with the ring, and the vase, and you begin to debate on what your next steps will be, I do believe that is where we will end our session for this week. Everybody, go ahead and level up.
No.
Oh, did you have
What?
something you were wanting to do,
No,
Talah?
I just want to keep playing.
Oh, understandable. So we'll go ahead and take a level for everybody, and for all of our friends who joined us. Thanks for following along, and that's the end. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you.
Goodbye,
Auf Wiedersehen.
everyone.